Welcome, dear friends, come in. Sit with me for a moment. Let your breath settle, inhale gently, and exhale slowly. You are in a safe space now, a space of reflection, of peace, of presence. A space where truth is not told to you, but remembered by your own heart. Today, I want to share with you something very close to my heart. Stories of modern-day practitioners of Buddhism. You see, many believe that Buddhism is something ancient, distant, reserved only for monks in remote temples or scriptures left behind by sages of old. But the truth is, the Dharma, the teachings of the Buddha, are alive and breathing, flowing in the lives of ordinary people today. Yes, ordinary people, just like you. People who struggle, people who search, people who suffer, and then transform. So come, walk with me through these stories. Let me begin with the story of Arjun. Arjun is a successful CEO based in Singapore. By worldly standards, he had it all: wealth, status, a family, and global respect. But behind the glossy magazine covers and business-class flights was a man deeply haunted by anxiety, insecurity, and a chronic fear of failure. He described his life as a high-speed train. I couldn't get off. One day, after yet another panic attack in his luxury office, Arjun decided to visit a small Buddhist temple he had passed by countless times, but never entered. It was quiet. Too quiet, he said. Uncomfortably so. But he stayed. And he listened. The old monk who spoke that day said just one thing that stuck: when the body bows, the mind softens. Arjun was confused, but something in those words stirred him. He began attending meditation sessions once a week. At first, he fidgeted and checked his phone, but slowly something changed. He started to learn the art of bowing, not to a statue, but to his own pride. He started bowing to his fears, his ego, his resistance. 3 years later, Arjun still runs his company, but with different eyes. Now I know how to sit in silence before I speak. I know how to breathe before I build. And I know that true power comes not from controlling others, but from knowing myself. The Buddha once said, "You yourself must strive." The Buddhas only show the way, and Arjun finally saw the way. Next, let me tell you about Mei Lin, a single mother of two, working 2 jobs in Kuala Lumpur. Her husband had walked out on the family, and she was left to raise her children alone. Life was hard. Every day felt like survival. No rest, no space to cry, no pause to breathe. One evening, after dropping her children at school and working an exhausting shift, Mei Lin sat down in a quiet tea house. An old man across the room watched her closely, then slowly walked over and said, "Would you like to join our meditation group? We meet every Friday upstairs." She laughed. "I don't have time to meditate. I can barely keep my life together." "But," the man replied softly, "then perhaps that is exactly why you should." Something in her heart cracked. That Friday, she climbed those stairs and entered a small room with 6 strangers and a silence she hadn't felt in years. Week after week, she kept returning. She learned that mindfulness was not about escaping her reality, but holding it gently. She began to find peace not by changing her situation, but by transforming how she related to it. Now Mei Lin teaches other single mothers mindfulness practices. She starts every session by serving tea and saying, "This cup is not just tea, it is awareness. Sip slowly." Jason was 22, depressed, addicted to video games, and had just dropped out of university in Melbourne. His parents were furious. He felt like a failure. Nothing brought him joy. Days would pass with no sense of time. Life became a blur. One night, while scrolling through endless videos, Jason stumbled upon a talk by a Thai monk. The monk said, "When you feel lost, sit with your breath. Sit with your pain. Sit until the storm passes." Jason tried it. At first, for 5 minutes, then 10. Then 15. He downloaded a meditation app, joined an online Sangha, and soon attended a 10-day Vipassana retreat. That retreat changed his life. Not because his depression magically disappeared, but because for the first time, he saw it. He didn't fight it. He didn't run. He simply sat with it. And in that sitting, he found space. Space between stimulus and reaction. Today, Jason runs mindfulness sessions at youth centers, guiding others like him. He reminds them that mindfulness isn't about perfection. It's about presence. And that every breath is a homecoming. Dr. Aisha is a trauma surgeon in Jakarta. She deals with life and death daily. Despite her training, she often took the pain of her patients home: sleepless nights, emotional exhaustion, guilt over lives lost. One evening, after losing a young patient during surgery, she broke down. Her colleague gave her a book, Being Peace by Thich Nhat Hanh. That night, she cried not from grief, but from recognition. The book spoke of inner being, the idea that all things are connected, that peace in one person brings peace to the world, that by healing herself, she could heal others. Dr. Aisha began a morning walking meditation practice. She whispered affirmations with each step. I arrive. I am home. She still sees patients. She still grieves. But now she lets go. She breathes. She smiles. Not because everything is perfect, but because she no longer clings to what she cannot control. Dear friends, these are not saints or sages. These are not monks or nuns. These are people, just like you, who found the Dharma not in a monastery, but in the messiness of modern life. Some found it in grief, others in burnout. Some through loss, others through longing, but all of them found something real, something timeless. They found that mindfulness is not a technique, it is a way of being. They found that suffering is not the end, it is the beginning of transformation. They found that the Buddha is not a statue, he is a mirror, reflecting your own awakening. So, what about you? Wherever you are in your life right now, whatever you are facing, you too can walk this path. You don't need to shave your head or renounce the world. You only need to begin with one breath, one moment of stillness, one act of compassion. Start by sitting for 2 minutes a day. Watch your breath rise and fall. Let your thoughts come and go, like clouds passing in the sky. Practice gratitude. Speak with kindness. Forgive more often. Listen deeply. And most of all, come back. Come back to yourself. You are the one you've been waiting for. In the Dhammapada, the Buddha said, better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace. Let these stories be that one word for you. Let them remind you that no matter how busy or broken life feels, there is a stillness inside you, waiting to be known. Before we part, I humbly invite you to continue walking this path with us. If this message has touched your heart, if these stories spark even a small light in you, then I encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Buddha's Wisdom. Together, let us build a community of peace, compassion, and mindfulness. One breath, one step, one story, at a time. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be free. Thank you for listening.